let's do it. Also, for those interested in Star Wars, I did post my Star Wars Jedi Fallen Over review today. So far, I've only gotten one "How dare you support EA" comment. I expected way more. I'm sure it'll come, though. Where's the baby? He is out there sleeping in the living room again. He's got his vet appointment tomorrow, so gonna make sure he's all healthy and whatnot. He's been sleeping a lot this week. I think he's going through a little growth spurt.
I learned it by watching you, all right?
Yeah, I think he's going through a little growth spurt because he's been, the last couple days, he's been eating a lot and sleeping a lot. And a couple days before that, he was running around a lot. So he's definitely growing. And I just learned that one of my neighbors also has a pit bull about 3 months old, and that dog is huge now. So we'll see. Why is it so dark? It's one thing I hate about this game. It's so dark sometimes. Wait, did I check last time if there was a... yeah, I checked if there's a brightness setting. There's not. Damn.
What do you think? Sharp, right?
Gonna grab Fallen Order as soon as I get extra cash. I highly recommend it. If you guys are vaguely interested and are unsure, I invite you to watch my review on it. I keep major spoilers out of the review because there's a lot of things, and I won't go into any spoilers in this stream either, but there's a lot of things story-wise in the game that are, there's a lot of twists and turns. A lot of things you don't see coming, so I purposely, was kind of vague about the story. I just give kind of like a brief summary about it, but, worth every penny. Seriously.
Do you not bleed?
Hey, Metal Gear, welcome. Big deal, you're giving an EA game a good review. EA did something right, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. Yeah, see, my whole thing is, I'm not a fan of blindly hating a company. I don't understand. In my gaming generation growing up, like, we just want to play fun games, you know? And I still treat video games that way. Yeah, EA's done some stupid things, but at the same time, if they made a good game, I'm going to give them credit where credit is due. And that's what Fallen Order is. You know, it's just shitty whenever, you know, higher-ups at a company make horrible business decision, and then these developers that spend way too many man-hours grueling away at a desk trying to get a game finished that they actually have passion for. It sucks when they actually put out something good, and none of their work gets recognized because it has an EA stamp on it. And I've run into some people like that, you know, that they're complaining that EA made the game so they won't support it, and at the same time, it's like, you know, you have the argument, oh, well, if you buy their products, they're never going to learn. It's like, well, that's kind of counterproductive because if you're going by that logic, how are they supposed to learn if you're not supporting them when they do something right? You know, you're giving the message that there's no point in buying any of their products again, so why would they do anything right again? It's very counterproductive.
Must be another power cell around here to power this Sentinel arm. Hint, hint.
What do you think about DBZ Kakarot not being released on Switch? I don't care, to be honest. I mean, that sucks for Switch owners that would like it on there, but I would have gotten it on PS4 or Xbox anyways. Switch, for me, I just get exclusive games on it. So for me, it doesn't bother me, but I know Switch has got its diehards, to say the least. There's a lot of diehard Switch owners. Switch is a great console, don't get me wrong, but I'm not one that thinks everything should be on the Switch. Or not everything needs to be on there. It's okay for some things to just focus on being as powerful as possible on another generation of console. What am I doing here? I can barely see anything. Haven't seen your review, but I know you said great things. Yeah, it's I went into detail on the review on, and of course, no game's perfect, so I did speak about the downsides too. It's hypocritical too because everyone complains about Bethesda, yet they keep fucking buying Skyrim and Fallout, right? And you know, Bethesda's done some stupid shit too. Is that going to keep me from buying Doom Eternal? Hell no. So while people are complaining about Bethesda, I will be enjoying Doom Eternal. Sorry, I'm just not that kind of gamer. And I guess there's something going on with Death Stranding now where people are, like, semi-boycotting it because Hideo Kojima's got an ego. Like, I don't care. I just want to play a good game. I'm sorry. If that's a reason you're not buying a game, I think that's dumb. What am I supposed to do? That's exactly where everyone needs to support the hell out of the Sonic movie. It'll send a strong message to other studios. Yes, very much so. Watch your Wolfenstein 2 streams today. You left piles of bodies behind you? Absolutely. You can't play Wolfenstein and not leave piles of bodies behind you. That's just the nature of the beast, you know? Okay, maybe I'm not supposed to go this way. Is that a... Okay. Is that an elevator over here? Is that what that is? Oh, wait a minute. I forgot I can wall jump. It was that... Oh, my God. You see what happens when you don't play a game for a week? Oh, crap. And I fell. And I fell. Yeah, Bethesda doesn't make Doom, ID does. Yeah, Bethesda's still the publisher, though. That's all people see. So, for example, like Fallen Order, people will be like, oh, EA made it. Well, no, Respawn made it. And they're great developers. They deserve every penny I paid for that game. Oh, power cell. Here it is.
Let's find a thing to put this thing in.
Nah, it's not that Kojima has an ego. He was just stating a fact. I don't know. I haven't kept up with it. That's what I keep hearing, is that Kojima has an ego. So people are refusing to essentially give him money for the game. It's just like, and what if he does have an ego? That just kind of makes him a dick. It doesn't make him a bad game developer, you know? And I don't even know if that's true. So you're going to play any more Marvel games? Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know which one I'm going to play next, though. Any suggestions from anyone of what Marvel game I should play next? I don't care about the era. I'll play anything. I know I've done the Ultimate Alliance games. I've done a couple arcade games. I did Spider-Man, Punisher. I don't know, what games do you guys want to see from Marvel? And I apologize if it's really dark and you can't see anything. That's how it is on my end, too. This whole area is just really dark. That's one thing I've noticed about remasters sometimes. They make everything darker. Except Code Veronica. The Code Veronica Xbox 360 remaster actually made everything a lot brighter, and a lot of people complained about it. But I think it makes the game a lot more playable. I got my Breaking Bad set yesterday. I already binge went through Season 1 and most Seasons 2. Oh my god, Breaking Bad is... I got hooked to that show when it first came out. I actually saw that show all the way through. I started late, though. I think I started at, like, season... How many seasons was it total? Like, 5? I started, like, halfway through the show. I'd never even heard of it. And then me and my fiance, when we first started dating, we discovered it and started watching it, and I was just like, how did I never hear about this?
Let's plug it in.
I don't know, I'm not a Marvel fan. Oh man, I love Marvel. I love comic books in general. I don't care if it's Marvel or DC. I was playing War for Cybertron earlier. That's a game I've been trying to stream for a while. I just haven't gotten to it. I've come to the conclusion that Ironhide is the Autobot version of Dom. Total reliability, yeah. Especially on the harder difficulties. That goes towards my overall dislike of AI buddies, though. I just overall dislike them. I hope I'm hitting them okay, because I can't see shit. My god, those like frozen frames when the combat gets really heavy really suck. No, Quan Chi! There you go. Quan Chi's out of here. Alright, I'd love to see Hulk. Ooh, I have Hulk Ultimate Destruction. That'd be a good one. X-Men Legends, that's a must. Wolverine Origins. That was one of the first games I was ever going to stream, by the way. And I just never got around to it, so I've had that on my list since over a year ago. Children of the Atom. Fighting games would be fun. I hated how dark Code Veronica originally was. Yeah, especially in the Antarctic base. in some areas. I just turn up the brightness on my TV so I can actually see. Yeah, I hate doing that because then I'll forget to put it back down and then I have to do it again whenever I play a different game.
Nice job.
I'd like to see more PS1 or classic Xbox. Those are good ones. There is one Star Wars game I really want to stream that I've never played. I got it for free with Xbox Live Games with Gold. What was it? It's backwards compatible, and I downloaded it. It was I don't think it was Jedi Outcast. Does anyone know which one I'm talking about? You play as... I think you play as a Twi'lek at the beginning. It was on the original Xbox. Or maybe you pick a character. I don't remember now. I booted it up when it was first backwards compatible and on Games for Gold. Was it Jedi Knight? I think it was one of the Jedi Knight games. I just don't remember the subtitle. Maybe it was just Jedi Knight. Now I don't remember. I don't like this area. Superman 64? I'm actually not opposed to streaming that. I plan to sometime. I've never beaten that game just because I got so bored and frustrated with it. X-Men Legends 2, Knights of the Republic, Republic Commando. I streamed Republic Commando. Such a good game. Which I'm not opposed to streaming again. You guys can expect me to stream Mega Man X again, because I like that game so much. And there's a lot of new people on the channel, too. Oh, there we go.
Sweet. Let's get this piece of crap back to Caden.
Why do we need this?
Jedi Academy. Yeah, I think it is Jedi Academy. Yeah, I've never played that one. It's on my Xbox One. And it's compatible, so that's something I'd like to check out sometime. Do you play as a Twi'lek in that one, or do you create a character? I don't remember. I might have created a Twi'lek when I booted it up, if that's the case. I gotta upgrade my sword damage. Oh my god, I gotta get rid of that guy with the gun. I can't see the bad guys at all. I'm really just... I'm just firing away at the health bars. Oh my god. There we go. Any classic Xbox 360 exclusive favorites you'd recommend? Oh man, I don't... There's so many games. Exclusive? See, a lot of the really good exclusives I've already had HD remasters, though. Like all the Halo games I would always recommend, and Gears of War, but those have all been remastered already, so most of the good remasters are already or most of the good exclusives are HD'd up now. You could create your own Jedi in that game. I must have made Twi'lek. By the way, Mandalorian Chapter 3 is out today. Holy shit. That was the best episode out of 3. And I feel like I keep repeating myself in the review because I keep saying the next episode's better. And it really is, though. It just keeps getting better and better. And apparently the woman that directed this one, Deborah Crow, she's directing the entire Obi-Wan show. So I'm incredibly pumped, man.
Found the first part. Woohoo!
Excellent. You're one step closer to your demise. There is another part I need.
Just saw the
before we
tweets
can
by
get
Anita
started.
on The Mandalorian. Someone needs their voice box removed.
You should be
Yeah.
able to find it north of here.
I can't.
Get your ass moving.
She annoys me. She was complaining that The Mandalorian, the first episode, didn't have a female character. She realized later she made a mistake, of course, because everyone and their mother called her out. Like, first of all, who cares? Secondly, yes, there is. The Mandalorian female that creates all their armor. And she actually, as you see in episode 3, she puts them in their place when they need to be put in their place. So she's a strong female character, done right. So, yes, there is a female in episode 1. It's just, like, at what point... I think she watches these shows and just looks for things to complain about instead of genuinely trying to enjoy them. Because had she been paying attention to the show, she would have realized there was a female character. So clearly she was just looking for bait. Female Twilight Zabrak or human or male human Rhodian. Who would want to play as a Rhodian? And Plo Koon's race, I can't remember what they're called. Yeah, Plo Koon's race look like rotten cinnamon buns.
Look, assholes! Suck it,
Crap. Wait, is it the guys with the shields I have to kill? Please no one say anything about what happened in episode 3. Oh yeah, no, I won't spoil anything. But yeah, same goes for chat. Try not to spoil anything in episode 3. I'll just say that I think it was the best one out of the 3. She's not trying to enjoy the show, though. That's the problem. Yeah, like, it's just obvious, like, you're looking for something to complain about versus just sitting back and watching a freaking show. You know, why can't you just sit down and enjoy something? Or not, you know? If you don't enjoy it, fine, but you're immediately going to go on the internet and complain about something that nobody else thought of while watching the show. Like, I didn't even sit there and think, like, I wonder what gender these characters are. I don't care. She's trying to stir shit up for clicks. Yeah. And, you know, maybe I shouldn't have retweeted it because I don't want to bring attention her way, but, like, sometimes you just got to point out shenanigans. And it's just like, I can't relate. I can't relate to these people.
You're gonna want to have a doctor take a look at that.
That's not even a... God. I don't even want to get into this whole topic, but that's, like, she identifies as a feminist and all that, right? Like, that's not even what a feminist is. Aren't feminists... I keep wanting to say a different word. Aren't feminists... I mean, their original goal was to have equal rights under the law. Which is, of course, that's a good thing. But, like, what is this, like, modern-day feminism where it's no longer about that? Now it's... I don't know. I don't even know what it's about anymore. Just having more female characters in fiction? Like, is that what feminism is now? Oh my god. I hate these shielded guys, man. It is not fun fighting them. It really isn't.
What's the matter, buddy? You look
Hold on, I have mines.
What's the word I'm looking for?
There. Oh my god. He insta exploded, hell yeah. Bitch. Alright. I got bear claw still.
I'm rubber and you're glue. Don't forget.
Human male character with the red hair is the canonical version. He was until Mega Corporation that shall not be named took over. I guess now, yeah, it doesn't matter. None of that's canon officially.
If you want a hug, you just gotta ask.
Oh my lord. I'm trying to take out those shielded guys. You know, I like this game, but as fun as this game is, it's a very basic hack and slash. This is probably a game, if I had to give it a score, this would probably be like on the 6.5 out of 10 scale. I love the game, but I mean, it's so basic. Like, there's no, especially after playing Fallen Order, how deep the combat is, and then going to this where it's really just a series of X and Y repeatedly button mashed. For the most part.
Shoot.
Okay,
Favorite
here.
bullet. Can you send it back? Or just don't lose it. Coming over.
Does anyone remember how many episodes this season will have? Yes, it's got 8 episodes. Season 2, we know nothing about yet.
You want mustard with that?
I think the trick is keep the shield guys away from each other so they can't heal. Yeah, they're a pain in the ass. I don't like them. Yeah, I can see his game getting tedious after a while. Yeah, it kind of does. It's very basic. What do you think of Robert Pattinson as the new Batman? I've never... My first thing, like most people, is to think of Twilight. But from what I've heard, he's great in other movies. And I've never seen any other movie with him, so hard to judge. If I think of Twilight, my first instinct is, oh, hell no. But if he is actually a good actor, you know, I mean, I'm willing to give him a shot. They just cast Falcone also. He is, oh, God, what's the guy's name? I forgot his name, the actor. John something, Turturro, something like that. He's the one in Transformers that played the crazy, like, obsessed guy that was obsessed with conspiracies. He's playing Carmine Falcone, which, I don't, that's kind of weird. I don't really see that. I see him as a comedy character, but who knows? Maybe he'll have a serious part. Because Falcone is not a comedic character at all. He's a very serious, like, mafia crime lord. And then Colin Farrell, I think it was confirmed that he's the Penguin. That's weird. I wonder if they're going with, like, a Telltale version, because he's not, like, you know, Colin Farrell's not, like, a little fat dude, you know? I wonder if they're going more for, like, the Telltale Batman game feel, which Penguin was just, like, a regular-looking guy. On the bright side, you're getting a lot of points for upgrading, yes, which I desperately need. Hey, Mr. Crow, welcome. Glad you have the day off. Have you heard of a game called Dust and Elysian Tale? I have it on my PS3. Or PS4. I think PS4. I started it when it came out, and I haven't played it since. That's the one with the really cool, like, it looks kind of like Secret of Nim, right? The animation. Stop moving. Oh, fuck it. You're making me waste my ammo. God damn. Yes, it is. Yeah, I have that game. Fell victim to the backlog, as most of my titles do. What is your thoughts on New Charlie's Angels and how spectacularly it bombed? I think it bombed for a couple of reasons. People are talking about it was all SJW and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I think it bombed for two reasons, primarily. A, they didn't market that movie for shit. I didn't know until the week before it came out that one was coming out. I saw a trailer and I was like, they're doing another one? I had no idea. Secondly, does anyone even care about Charlie's Angels anymore? That's another thing. Like, I thought, like, when they came out with it, I was just like, why? Like, nobody cares about Charlie's Angels anymore. It was just a very unnecessary reboot or sequel or whatever the hell it is. I think that's the primary reason it bombed. Wasn't Falcone's son the killer from Long Halloween? His son? Oh, you might... I don't remember. You might be right. Isn't he the one... No, he's not the one that poured acid in Two-Face's face in that, right? Okay. Where do I go? See, this game needs a waypoint, because it's got these little environments that you shouldn't get lost in. But then there's invisible walls all over the place. What about the new Terminator? Holy shit, that movie was dumb. Yeah. You know what's funny? I forgot all about that movie. I actually forgot all about that movie. Since I've talked about it last. You guys know my feelings on that. I can't stand that movie. Hey, Toy Bounty Hunters, what's up, man? I started watching that, Power Rangers. You're on the Power Rangers episode, right? Of Toys That Made Us? Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that's what it was. I started watching it last night and I fell asleep. I gotta watch it again. I saw the Ninja Turtles episode and I loved it. Carmine Falcone himself poured acid on Harvey. Oh, it was Falcone. I hope we see that happen in the movie, because Two-Face is my second favorite Batman villain. My first favorite is Scarecrow, and my third favorite is Mr. Freeze. Shockingly, not everyone's favorite villain is Joker. Although, yeah, he's awesome. I think most of his rogues gallery is awesome. Yeah, I just tried forgetting about that movie. Yeah, see, with Terminator, even if it wasn't a horrible movie, which I think it was, by the way, let me get that straight, but even if it weren't, it was extremely forgettable on top of everything else. Oh. Yeah, I'm on the Power Rangers episode. TMNT episode is really good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I got emotional watching the Turtles episode because it was so nostalgic. And then it's actually got a really sad story. Like Eastman and Laird, I didn't know about this. The creators, Eastman and Laird, they almost had like a falling out, and at the end, like they meet up again, and like they're making it seem like they're trying to repair their friendship. And I was like, oh man, I got kind of choked up. I was like, damn, I love Ninja Turtles. Don't fight, guys. Seriously, a good episode though. Some of the episodes in that show have been hit or miss because like they did like Hello Kitty, and I think season 2, and I was like, I don't care about this at all. It sucks when they do episodes about something I don't care about, but I'm sure someone out there does. I want... Oh, never mind, they did a Star Wars one. I was about to say I want a Star Wars one. What number is Joker then? In my favorites... I don't... Maybe 5? Because I like Black Mask also, but I would put him in probably number 4. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe 5. You know, that's a video I'm going to do that video one day. Top 10 Batman villains. Like, my top 10 Batman villains. Because I've done my top 10, or 15, I don't remember what the hell I did. But, my top something, favorite comic book villains. But it was just across everything. I want to do Batman ones, because Batman has enough awesome villains to fill up a whole list. Terminator Resistance is actually good. I've heard that. I hope that's accurate, because I think it came out already in Europe, maybe? And US gets it in December, which is very weird to me that... you see that with Japanese games a lot. Where one region, or well, you used to, one region will get it, and then like a month later, a different one. I don't know why we don't have Terminator Resistance. I want to review that game for sure.
What do you think? Sharp, right?
I'm hoping it tells the story of the final battle against Skynet. If it does, that is Timeline Series gold for my channel. So I'm hoping it does. I would love to use it. Have you seen the latest Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix one? Yeah, I love that movie. I thought it was amazing. I want to see him back again. And I was so disappointed because just the last couple days, apparently it got confirmed that a sequel's in development, and then it got deconfirmed. So it's like, damn, I was so excited. One of my friends was poking fun at me because he's completely against the sequel. Like, he thought the movie was perfect and wants to leave it alone. And I was like, no, I want more, damn it. Well, apparently they did have a falling out and didn't talk for well over a decade. Yeah, Eastman and Laird, yeah, that sucks, man. Like, it was such a good episode. It really pulls on your heartstrings. And it was funny because they were talking about how the Turtles initially, the comic book, not that it wasn't doing well, but they made the cartoon series strictly to sell the toys because they wanted to make toys. And the company that was making the toys was just like, we can't sell these without a cartoon to go with it. Like, we need a cartoon, and the comic book's too violent. So, the Turtles we know and love now were made because someone wanted to make money off of toys. Which, yeah, that's the end goal of these things, but that was the primary reason that show was made, was so people would buy the toys. Which Batman villain is at the bottom of the list? Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of really shitty ones, like, like Condiment Man, isn't he a Batman one? Where it's like one of those joke villains that has like ketchup and mustard that he sprays at people. I mean, he's got a lot of stupid ones like that. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, smash that like button with all of your physical strength. Oh shit. Wait a minute. The Flash and Spider-Man have a big rogues gallery. Yeah, I always say... Okay, so I always say Batman's got the best rogues gallery in all comic books. Spider-Man would be number 2, and I think Flash is number 3. Well, do I think that Flash... Yeah, I would probably say Flash is number 3. But Batman and Spider-Man 1 and 2 across all comic books. I mean, Flash has a group of villains literally called the Rogues. Oh, shit. I'm about to die. Don't do it. Oh, God. Oh, God. I thought I got stuck. Leto Joker tried to stop the Joker movie because Phoenix didn't fit his Joker. Yeah, I hated that Jared Leto did that. I hate his Joker. I don't ever want to see him again as Joker. And it sucks to say because he's genuinely a good actor. It wasn't him that was the problem. It was the way the Joker was. Has anyone else noticed that ever since Fabian hit 50K, he's been getting 2 or 3 new subs every live stream? That's nice. Have I every live stream? It's hard to keep track now, like exactly. Well, yeah, I guess that is true. About 2 to 3. It's hard to keep track now. Or I guess I should say it's not as fun now, like keeping track of my subs daily, because that used to be the first thing I checked every day when I woke up in the morning. And I wasn't obsessed with it or anything. You know, I can easily go without checking it, but it was fun waking up in the morning and checking like Social Blade and being like, oh, there's a couple more subs. But now it's just not as fun because Social Blade doesn't work anymore the way it should, because of the changes YouTube made, and now they estimate everything. So now I got to take that extra step, go into the Studio app, go into my dashboard, and look there. And it's just like it's not just one click anymore like it used to be. Fuck. And not to mention the live counter on the streams. That was really fun. I know a lot of you guys liked it too. I think Batman as the rat catcher. I don't know the rat catcher. That sounds stupid. Yeah, that's because common practice in toys that really started in the 70s and really became much more prominent in the 80s. Yeah, and that's something that doesn't happen anymore, because I feel overall, kids don't care about action figures anymore. Actually, shit, I think people my age care more about action figures, like collectors. Actual serious collectors versus kids that buy figures. Like, for example, my son, he's 10 years old now. And growing up, I let him play with, like, tablets and video games and stuff. But growing up in his much younger years, he never really got into playing with toys, and I tried. Like buying him action figures, and most of them would just end up in his closet, and he'd play something digital. I think it's a generational thing now. I think that's just how kids are now. They don't care about figures like my generation did when I was a kid, man. I was buying up all the freaking, like, Marvel Fox Kids cartoon figures at Walmart, Dragon Ball Z action figures. I loved all that shit. Star Wars, that was a huge one. Oh, speaking of action figures, the Star Wars figures now, I was at Walmart the other day, and I like going to the toy aisle there just to check, like, what's out there now. Star Wars figures suck now compared to when I was a kid. When I was a kid, like, you'd have one this big for, like, $6 or $7, and now they're, like, $10, and it's, like, a little fucking, like, a little Rey or Finn, like, this small. They're horrible. The internet is made to be mad and not research anything that you're actually mad about. Yeah, it's very true. That's what YouTube is now. You get a big YouTuber that makes an outrage video, then his massive viewers also become outraged, spread the word. Then other YouTubers, and it trickles down. Smaller YouTubers below them, they'll just parrot what they heard and not do any research. And they don't do research because they want the video out as soon as possible to collect the views on it. So, yeah. Educate yourself on it. I promise it's not as bad as it seems. At least that's my, that's how I feel. Now, it's horrible for kids' channels. Like, for example, like, my kids sometimes watch YouTube. They'll watch, I don't know what the name of this channel is, but there's a channel my little girl likes to watch where it's just a little boy that plays with toys, and he reviews them. That channel's gonna get hit. And that per channel probably makes millions. So, yeah, channels like that are fucked. They're gonna lose, like, 90% of their revenue. But saying that every channel on YouTube, or that YouTube wants this, is unrealistic too, because why, I mean, think about it. Why would YouTube want this? To keep small creators down? Like, why would they want that? That means less ads, that means less revenue, that means less money for them also. YouTube doesn't want this. And keep in mind, I'm not defending YouTube blindly. They do a lot of stupid shit. And I call them out all the time for it, but this is not one of those things. This is just a horrible situation that's being forced on them, and they're not handling it in the proper way. But at its core, nothing's going to change unless it changes at a federal level. Exactly. I don't think anything big is going to happen unless YouTube wants to fail. Exactly. And they make a lot of money, so why would they want to fail? It's not logical. It's not. Disney could probably buy YouTube. If they really wanted to, Disney could buy YouTube. And I think that Google would consider selling it. I really think they would. But no, well, you know, I take that back. Probably not, because the real value of YouTube is not the money it makes. YouTube operates in the red for Google. The real value of YouTube for Google is the data it collects, which is what got them in trouble in the first place. They were collecting data on people on the 13th. Can't do that. That's been illegal since 1998. I believe 1998, but that's... The law has been there since 1998. YouTube just got red-handed not following it. They got caught red-handed not following it, so that's why you're just hearing about it now. I seen one video yesterday, and this guy was so negative, and he was fear-mongering so hard. I'm sure a lot of people heard that, thought about deleting their channel. Yeah. But like I said before, if that's what causes you to quit your YouTube channel, you were just going to find a reason later to quit, too. You know, doing YouTube really isn't for everybody. It's not. It's a grueling amount of work, and it's more risk than reward, you know? I would never give it up for anything if it's up to me. But, a lot of creators do choose when things get a little difficult, they freak out and quit.
Let's get back to Cape.
This all sucked. I don't like all this, like, I'm playing a Deadpool game. I just want to blow some dudes away, like, with my guns. I don't want to look for items and all this crap. They definitely should have left this up on the cutting room floor. Saw a video showing one of the big FTC guys calling YouTubers as fish in a barrel. Also, doesn't Darkseid have a beef with Santa? I'm not sure about the Darkseid beef, but yeah, I know what video you're talking about. Here's the thing. One of the FTC people could say whatever he wants to. At the end of the day, whatever he says doesn't apply to the actual law. So if he wants to treat YouTubers as fish in a barrel and something goes to court eventually, he's going to have a real hard time trying to fight his battle in court. So, you know, what you say and what's actually written in law and regulations are two different things. So they could say whatever they want. Let me catch these comments real quick. It's because the senator that pushed through Copa was friends with one of the higher-ups with Disney. Yeah, but like I said, this doesn't benefit Disney. It really doesn't. You know, and it's not... Let's say YouTube gets destroyed. That's not going to make more people go to Disney. You know, I don't feel that's related. It's like, damn, YouTube's gone. I'm going to have to get Disney Plus now. The logic doesn't work for this. Disney also makes money off YouTube. A ton of money off of YouTube. That's what I'm saying. Anytime you hear these YouTube video where it sounds like a conspiracy theory, really think about it. A lot of times it doesn't make sense. People will always play the, oh, this guy's friends with this guy. So? A lot of these higher-ups in these companies know each other. It's like the game industry. I know some people in the game industry. You ever notice how some YouTubers, they'll bash a game extremely, and then they'll complain about being blacklisted and then not understand why another company blacklists them? It's because all these people in the game industry know each other. It's a very close-knit community. That's just like these big companies like Disney. All these rich people, they all know each other. That doesn't necessarily correlate to do this because I hate YouTube and I'm going to pay money for it. Oh, God. Shielding enemies again. YouTube's not a career to choose if you're looking for job security. It's always changing. You can't predict if you're going to have a good year or not. Yeah, that's 100% true. I mean, at the end of the day, no job is secure. So if you think YouTube's going to give you job security, joke's on you. Because no job's going to give you job security. You might think a job's going to give you job security. Doesn't mean it is. That applies to everything. Hold on, wait. Oh! Oh, you bit. Have you or will you stream Halo in the future? I haven't, but I will. I want to stream all of them. And yeah, we have a new sub. Welcome, gracing you again. Thank you for being here. And, oh, hold on. Sorry, Chosen. I missed your super chat. I appreciate that. Figured out how to do free super chat on my phone. Awesome. Yeah, that free super chat thing's kind of cool. Helps out creators, and it doesn't really come out of your pocket. Never logic on the internet. Yeah. Anytime something like this, there's always going to be a YouTuber making a conspiracy video because it gets views. Conspiracy videos and very negative, fear-mongering topics will draw people. They don't care whether it's positive or negative. I always like to speak out against that because as a YouTuber myself, I think that those kind of things are the things that give YouTubers as a whole a bad name to the outside world, to legacy media. You know, they just see us as a bunch of fear-mongering people that are very toxic and negative, when really that is a small portion of the creator community, just one of the louder portions of the creator community.
Cue the theme music.
So, because you know Mekel, you know everyone in the video game industry. No, there's still a lot of people I don't know. Remember seeing some videos on Santa constantly giving Darkseid coal and Darkseid constantly trying to stop him and failing? That's ridiculous. Alright, I need to get the hell out of this level. I'm not enjoying this level. This level sucks.
We're gonna need a bigger...
Danger!
There we go. Oh my god. There's some jobs that are pretty secure to the point only time you'd be out of the job if the world blew up. That's debatable. I don't think there's any such thing as job security. Unless you're... Even if you're the head of a company, you don't know if you're going to go out of business. But think about this. There's always someone above you. And who's to say that person doesn't feel like firing you one day, you know? So I don't really believe in job security. I believe in the illusion of job security. I think working for yourself is one of the most secure things you can do. But it's just extremely hard work. Like, I'm in a trade. People here are always going to need houses. Yeah, I mean, things like... See, trades are good jobs to have, because those are actual skills that a lot of people can't get. So those are definitely good jobs. Like, yes, me to build a house... Hey, you're fucked. You're not getting a house from me. I don't know how to build a house.
Summers, here's the last part you need. Now let's roll out.
Alright, so Bounty Hunters, have a good one, man.
Wrong franchise, buddy.
You remember cooking with Scorpion? Absolutely. That was one of the unlockables in Deadly Alliance.
You've ever had. The risk is considerable. This is my...
Great, Cable. Thanks, awesome. Bye. See you in traffic.
Damn it, Wade!
I know about job security. I'm a security officer. And it's always changing and contracts come and go. Exactly.
This boot so I can stop you while I stop you.
Theoretically, what would you do if YouTube failed? I don't know. I never really think about that because to me it's just a big distraction. You know, I mentioned in I think I said it in Mekel's stream. I don't really believe in Plan Bs because it's just an excuse for you to fail. You know, when your back's against the wall, if you have a Plan B, instead of really buckling down and figuring out how to succeed, naturally as a human, you're going to pick the comfortable thing and go with your Plan B. So, if YouTube failed, I have no idea. I really don't know. I don't know. I mean, in reality, if it failed, sure, I would have to get another day job. What that would be, I have no idea. The first thing I want to say is that I would hope that there's someone else to go. Maybe I would go stream on Twitch and just drop content creation. Maybe an actual YouTube competitor will be available by then that I can go to. One thing I never want to do is go back to a call center job work environment. That's a huge no factor. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a solid answer for that question.
We totally meant to do that. Yeah, we're gonna call bullshit.
I barely had time to pick up the controller. Broly getting along with the family. He actually is. My other dog, my 7-year-old dog, for like a week straight, did not want to have anything to do with him. I got her when she was like 2.5, so we found her. So we think that she got lost because she was clearly very well taken care of. She was clean. She had she didn't have a collar or anything, but she looked very well taken care of. So we think that she got lost from some family or someone let her go or something. But she, oh god, but she's great with kids. But she's never been good with other dogs. She growls at them a lot. She's very shaky around them. She's not very friendly with other dogs. So I don't think she was ever socialized with other animals. But they've actually started playing together the last couple days, so she's definitely warming up to him. Before that, she was mostly just ignoring him. You gonna get weapons upgrades or new weapons? Yeah, I'm going to when I can. Sentinel manual.
Things still going according to plan? Don't look at me. This was all Cable's idea. We told them this is a bad plan.
This part would be really hard if you actually had to kill everything. You just have to kill enough before it blasts you away. See, this is where the level should have picked up. When I started the stream today, the level should have just started at this right here, instead of me looking for parts. Because me looking for parts, man, that's boring as shit. I'm about to die. Maybe not. Oh, did I live? Yeah, I lived. I'm actually a proponent of people considering trade school over college. Yeah, see, I went to college. I did the whole college thing. I got my bachelor's degree in business management. I studied graphic design. I studied marketing. None of it really did anything for me. But for some people, it works. So basically, do what you think is going to work best for you. And sometimes you don't. I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do with my life until late 20s. I didn't know I was going to be a YouTuber one day. I had no idea. I thought it was just going to be some dude in an office somewhere, you know? Because that's what you're supposed to do. It's not for me. But yeah, if you get out of high school and you have no idea what you want to do, I don't think college is the answer in that case.
Rogue absorbs the skills, powers, memories, and
Rogue's awesome.
Through skin-on-skin contact. Yeah, I could get down with some skin-on-skin contact.
If YouTube fail, I'd say you go to Twitch or Mixer, because I think you can actually upload videos now. Yeah, I don't think that's available for everyone yet. But if YouTube ever went belly up and died, I think most creators, those websites would be stupid not to have an upload feature, because they can easily grab that entire market. So one thing I could say is, as long as I have the ability to, you guys will always see me creating content somewhere, whether it's YouTube or somewhere else. You know, I have my complaints about YouTube, but overall, it's pretty good for content creation. Even with all its flaws, it really is the best place to upload. But I'm not loyal to it at the same time, you know. If it goes belly up and another website comes along, I'll happily go over there.
Isn't that blockbuster shit?
Do you think this game would be better with Ryan Reynolds voicing Deadpool? I don't know. I think Nolan North is fine. You'll be doing a lot of looking for parts in Gears 5. Yeah, we'll be starting Gears 3 pretty soon. Gears 5 is probably going to be like in January, because there's a lot of games in December I want to get to.
Nice ass.
Thoughts on Stadia's failure? I think it's too early to say it's going to fail, because it just came out, so I mean... I never believed that Stadia was going to have a good launch. Oh shit, look at him. I knew it was going to have a rough launch. There's no way it was going to launch in this perfect little neat package. But what I think is going to happen, I think it's just going to struggle along until Xbox comes out with xCloud, and then xCloud's going to utterly destroy them. Because here's the thing, I don't care about game streaming. I could care less about it. But the difference between Xbox and Google is that Xbox is an established name in the video game community. Google is not. They're the newcomer. So when the name and the power of Microsoft and Xbox is doing the same thing, why would someone get Stadia over that, you know? So Stadia, it's going to bomb. It's going to bomb eventually. And they're already struggling. You know, they can fix the problems they have now with a couple updates and, yeah, at least software problems. You know, they can fix some issues. I still don't think the internet's ready for that kind of service, but they can fix some issues, but that doesn't mean they're going to have long-term success. You know, all it takes is one competitor to blow them out of the water.
Good boy. Who's your good dog?
But yes, don't have any plans to invest any money in Stadia.
That's right.
I don't believe in Stadia.
Ha! Now to find the X-Bait. Ooh, you know, Rogue. He's got to be down here somewhere. No one can
Rogue is my favorite female X-Men. I like Rogue, but I'm still going to say Psylocke.
confirm with Blockbuster.
Like, fuck going to college for some degree that puts you heavily in debt with student loans. See, luckily, and this isn't the case for most people, because college is insanely expensive. Luckily, mine was paid for the most part. Like, my second half of college, I had to pay for it out of pocket, which was insanely expensive. But most of mine was paid for because my dad is a Vietnam vet, so he's got the GI Bill, which back then they gave me like $900 a month for school stuff. It was nice because I had a bunch of money left over. But I don't know the rules behind it, but you know, war veterans, their kids get the GI Bill, and if they get disabled, which my dad's considered a disabled, he doesn't look like it, but he's considered a disabled Vietnam vet because in Vietnam he got grenade shrapnel. Grenade blew up near him. He got shrapnel in his knee and in his stomach, so he had to get surgery for that, and that's when he got discharged from the military. And yeah, they get the GI Bill. But either way, I still kind of wish I don't wish I didn't go to college, because maybe I wouldn't be the person I am now, you know. But college didn't do anything for my financial life.
Prison?
I was able to read a blurb about it before someone tore up High Moon's script.
Hey, that was cathartic. Don't know why we're still trying to follow that stupid script.
That's what we've been doing?
Whatever. New
Google can
script,
always fix it with their
same
gender
road.
neutral control.
Love with us.
Oh, gender neutral controllers.
We're
What?
better at improv.
What? Okay, so someone explained to me, because I haven't looked into it. All I saw was the headline. I rolled my eyes. What did they mean by that? Because I don't understand what that even means. How do you have a gender neutral? Because men and women have the same hands and fingers. I don't. Can anyone explain what they meant or what they say they meant? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Wait, hold on. I got a text. Did we order pizza? I saw Marco's pizza truck. Oh, never mind. Oh my god. I gotta show you guys. This is funny. I've been watching DuckTales. I just remembered because I pulled out my phone. I've been watching DuckTales, and there's a scene that I saw with my daughter, and no matter what, she found a neck pillow and wanted me to take a picture of her doing this because she was copying the show. Check this out. It's gonna be bright for a second, but look. Can you guys see that? That's I forgot which one Huey doing. The little green duck. He had like a life vest, so she wanted to reenact that moment and capture it on film. My daughter's a trip, man. She's 3 years old and she got this personality. Like she's like a little clown. Oh, I'm trying to get my phone charger now. It's trying to grab at my feet. Damn it. What about Storm? She's awesome and even led the X-Men for. Yeah, Storm's cool. I like Storm with the Mohawk. I like Mohawk Storm. 14K for 2 years of school, one for welding and one for machining, and paid it down 10K. But if I don't have a job or income, I don't have to pay, and I only have 4 years left before it's forgiven. That's not bad. College is just insanely expensive. But, you know, some people need it. Like, for example, if you're going to be a doctor or lawyer, yeah, you need years of education. But, you know, if you end up like me, like I had a bunch of marketing and business education, but then everyone did it, so there's no jobs for that area, and I ended up working from call center to call center, so for me it was pointless. It's so freaking dark. My school, my education under the table, so I graduated not ready for college. By the time I found a teacher that cared, I was a sophomore and I didn't care anymore. Is this the right way? Do Florida college kids even go anywhere for spring break? No. It's funny because everyone's like, oh, Daytona Beach spring break. Really, we all just get irritated by it because it causes so much traffic and people from out of town. And then Orlando gets all the tourists. And it's just clogging up lines everywhere you go. But yeah, kids here I don't know. See, for me, I wasn't even really a party goer. For me, spring break just meant that I didn't have homework, which was nice, and I could play video games. Like, that was my spring break, and I was more than happy with it. Because they tried advertising it to women. I still don't understand. To me, gender neutral is something like... I don't know, like a bathroom that a man and a woman can use, that would be gender neutral, right? Because it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. But a controller, like... Aren't all controllers gender neutral by default? Like, what? Why do you have to say it? I don't understand. That's like saying my kitchen fork while I'm eating is gender neutral. I don't get it. That's not a selling point. Hey, Mekel, what's up, man? Oh, you...
Why are you letting this terrible thing happen? We found our exit. Good
What are your thoughts on new DuckTales? I love DuckTales, man. The new one, it's legit. I thought it was funny. Oh, what the hell, man? Okay.
Don't do that.
I had the same problem with a marketing degree and background, and Fabian and I got our degrees. Social media made them irrelevant, sadly. Yeah, that's true. Which, oddly enough, marketing is the only class that I actually learned anything in. That stuck with me, and I use a lot of it in my YouTube career. Because one thing people don't realize, when you start YouTube full-time, marketing yourself is your responsibility, not YouTube's. A lot of people complain that YouTube doesn't recommend you. Well, yeah, they don't. So what are you gonna do about it? Quit? Like, you have to recommend yourself. You have to market yourself. I would say that's like 60% of the job. I mean, that alone is a full-time job, is marketing your own channel. Not to mention creating content. I know, Mekel, you can vouch for that. But I know you're going through that now.
You're gonna want to have a doctor take a look at that.
The gender-neutral controller is just white. So it's gender-neutral because of the paint job? So I guess my original Wii remote was gender-neutral as well? Because it's also white? That's stupid. God, why is this game so dark? Stop. Don't judge my gender-neutral sexual preferences.
Found our exit. Good job, Clay.
Can I leave?
Bad guys down here are a lot freakier. So
Those look like Gambit.
Looks like some kind of defective clone.
they're complete idiots. They look like
It was the color of the controller, black and white instead of masculine colors.
To be cloned from some X-Men or another.
Still don't get it. Still don't get it. That is Gambit clone. That's funny. What do you think of the new Webby? Who's Webby? Oh, is that the girl? I'm not gonna lie, up until you just said that, I thought it was a Wendy. It's Webby? See, I don't remember the names. If that's the girl, I like her a lot. I think she's cool. She's got a little attitude there. Can you turn up lighting and options? No, look. You go to settings and you just have audio and controls. There's no brightness option. It makes some sections almost unplayable.
Still no road. Yeah, she needs to fall in love with us.
She's gotta be here somewhere.
Look at that swagger. That's great, eh?
Shit. Wait. I'm trying to blow up that fake Gambit. Get away from me. I hope I beat this game today. I actually want to stream something else next Friday. What did I have next Friday? Was it Gears of War 3?
Yoink.
I don't remember what I had scheduled next Friday. It might be this again. But if I get near the end of this game and I have to finish it next Friday, I'll finish it up, and then if we have time in the evening, I'll just start up whatever I was going to do next. I just don't remember what the hell that was. What are your thoughts on Super Mario Logan? Who's Super Mario Logan? Is that a YouTube creator? I don't know who that is. Or what that is, if that's a thing. I thought it froze. I keep thinking the game froze. You have to memorize your schedule. You know how much stuff I have going in my mind 24 hours a day? With just my content alone.
Yeah. Block, you dicks hang out here often? Get it with the dicks? Dude, seriously?
Taking a piss?
I'm gonna sing the pee-pee song.
Nice dick. Haven't trained the old lizard since level 1. Dude, don't talk while I pee, alright?
Was playing MK9 the other day and Shao Kahn was a cheap son of a bitch. Oh yeah, he can be. But see, that's classic Shao Kahn. He has to be.
Indeed.
Alright, let's go ahead and finish up.
Okay, I get it. Never break the guy code again. Damn it, I
Damn.
can't think of any good dick jokes.
Their faces went into the urinals. Webby is the girl duck and quite different. Yeah, I like her in this. I swear I was saying Wendy this whole time, though. I'm glad you told me it was Webby. But yeah, I like her in that. There's so many like little things that make me laugh in the show. Like when one of them was looking for their mom, and he's like, all I know is that, you know, Uncle Donald said she's gone. And he gives her a photo, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna put that in my file. And he's like, wait, you have a file on my mom? And it's just that photo. He's like, are you serious? The humor is like, it's actually really funny. I like it. Like, I kind of felt like they made it for like kids and the older fans that can actually understand humor. I used to love DuckTales when I was little. But classic DuckTales is on there. Is Tailspin on there? I haven't looked. I wonder if Tailspin is there. Super Mario Logan makes plush toy videos for edgelords. Oh, I have no idea who that is, so I can't really comment on that. I've never heard of that person. But what happened with him though? Is he quitting YouTube or something? Oh wait, I need an upgrade. Alright. We need to increase the rewards. I have to get these combos. All sword stuff, screw it. There. Got a little bit of upgrade there. Disney will probably cave into the demands. I had an ad the other day of Disney sponsoring a transvestite showing off his Angelina Jolie cosplay. That doesn't even sound like something Disney related. Speaking of Disney Plus, why the hell is Tron Uprising not on there? Anyone remember Tron Uprising? Tron Uprising was amazing. And it criminally lasted only one season because they had it at a horrible time frame, a horrible time slot on Disney XD. Now that they have a streaming service, that is a perfect show to put on there for people to watch whenever it's convenient for them. I will watch the hell out of it, and maybe they could even revive a second season. It was so good. And you can't even buy it on Blu-ray now. I think Amazon had it for streaming or something, but it never got a Blu-ray release, so there's no easy way to watch it. Game is so dark we can't even see your face. Yeah, no, I'm looking at the screen and I can see like parts of my face, because normally you guys can see my face because the TV lights it up. It's the level's so dark, it's barely even making any light on my face. I have no way to fix that. I have my one light that I could turn on, but then it's actually, you know what, I might do that. Hold on. Let me see how it looks. Because I have my one, like, room light I can turn on. See, that might be too bright. Let's see. And it gets really hot. Oh, no, see, that sucks, because it's got, like, now the microphone, like, the shadows across my face like that. Screw it, maybe it'll get brighter. I don't think that'll work. Look, see, like when I pause, you guys can see my face all red. And then, like the Invisible Man, I disappear. Let's just get the hell out of this level. I think it's just this level. Whose ending in your favorite was MK11? I love Johnny's and Cassie's endings. I haven't beaten it with everyone yet, but I kind of like Noob Saibot's. I thought Noob Saibot's was awesome. Like, he just, like, basically takes over the entire universe and just spreads his like, brand of evil. God. You need a lamp? Yeah, I need to get one. I want to get one of those. They have these really cool, like, LED, like, RGB lamps that I want to get, but they're kind of expensive. Fuck. Tron Uprising and Tail... Oh, Tron Uprising's on Disney Plus? Oh my god, you just got me really excited. Because I looked for it the other day and I didn't see it. Oh, shit. Okay, if that's on Disney Plus, I'm watching it tonight. Stuff like that not getting physical media release is why they say whatever you want about the legality. Torrenting is film preservation. I agree with that. I completely agree with that. I've never been against torrenting. Sometimes it's necessary. I'll brighten up this footage when I do the replay of it on YouTube. I'll have to.
Oh, that sounded like boom.
Chosen, thank you for the super chat. All hail Darth Fabian. Hey, I'm just saying. Who was I talking the other day about? I think it was Josh, your player too. I think I was talking to him about it. Like, would you be a Jedi or Sith? And it's like, I mean, yeah, the Jedi are good guys and the Sith are bad guys, but who's got the cooler uniforms? That answer is universally Sith Lords. So I think I'd go with the cool outfit more than goodness. And Dragon Force Camp, thank you for the super chat. I still have 3 free super chats, so here you go. Hey, I appreciate you deciding to spend your free super chat here on this channel. I was watching Return to Oz yesterday, first time. Is that the one, James Franco? I own that movie. I thought it was pretty good. If that's the James Franco one, I think that's the one. Are you kidding me? This part's really annoying. This level's awful, man. He sounds pissed. Is he still teething? Yeah, I think he is, because he is... Oh my god, let me tell you something about that dog. Like, he's doing it less every day, but the first, like, 2 days, like, he was biting everything. And we can't wear long pants around him or shoes. Like sneakers with shoelaces. He goes crazy. He loves them. He likes biting on them. So I've been kind of trying to redirect him and giving him his toys when he does that, but he does it less every day. But yeah, I think he's still teething because he likes chewing on everything. And his teeth, they're like little sharp razors. It hurts so bad sometimes. $2, take it or leave it. You can offer me $10 and I'll be like, just keep it. I'm not going to be Battletoads legitimately on stream. That'll be an ordeal, to say the least.
2 extra slices for just $9.99.
One day the world might be in peril, and to save humanity, you must be Battletoads 1 NES. I mean, at that point, I would probably just say, it's time for the world to go. Like, sorry, humanity. I am not your hero today. Alright, how do I be careful here? I don't have any pistol ammo. Shit. Nobody's beaten Battletoads any... I did beat it for my review. That's the only time I ever did. Because I've been playing that game since I was a kid, and I would always stop playing. But when I reviewed it, I was like, alright, you know what? I'm gonna do this. And I dedicated the whole day. And then by the end of the day after I did it, I swore I would never do it again. And I stand by that promise. So if you guys see me beat Battletoads, it'll be like the other stream. Save states and rewinds. I'm not doing that again. And it'll be the longest stream on the channel. And you guys will be seeing repeated scenes over and over and over. Oh my god, this is so annoying. shit. Oh my god, please. Gamer, not a hero, Thumb TV. Hey, I've never claimed to be a hero. Don't you remember the Streets of Rage 3 stream? I beat the game, but I let the bombs go off on the city. Because I said they would rebuild. I stand by that. They would rebuild. I'm sure they're... Hey, look, you know what? There's a Streets of Rage 4. Clearly they rebuilt. It's all getting destroyed again, but they rebuilt. Whether I succeeded or not. They were fine. You know, they just had to rebuild a couple houses and apartments and whatnot. There we go. Oh, shit. No, no. Ooh, ooh, wait. I don't know who else is shooting me. I can't see them. It's too dark. Oh, no. I gotta heal. Do I heal automatically? Do or do not. There is no try. Then do not it will be. So I've yet to get Disney Plus. How about that Baby Yoda Mandalorian? Yeah, he's... Oh, no spoilers, guys. Be careful. But by now, I'm sure you've heard of the Baby Yoda. That was an episode 1 thing. I love him. It's not Yoda. There's a theory I saw online that... Oh, God, please. Some people think, like, they're going to involve time travel and, like, it's actually Baby Yoda. I think that's bullshit. I don't think that's going to happen at all. That'd be kind of weird. Oh, my God. I have these 2 guys. That's it. 2 guys. The rage was real. I was watching you play the game and I was getting frustrated. Oh, yeah. You can't watch someone play Battletoads and not get frustrated. See, the thing is, if you're playing it yourself, it's nowhere near as frustrating because eventually you'll get to a point where you just don't give a shit anymore. Because it's just like, screw this. Like, you think at one point that it's just so unrealistically difficult that it doesn't even matter. Alright, let's... Press LB here. This level's garbage. Oh my god. Get away from me. Will you ever stream the old arcade AVP? I did, actually. I streamed that one. Will I stream it again sometime? Probably. But yes, I do have a stream on the channel for that one. I streamed it the same night I streamed... Does anyone remember what I streamed that night? Actually, you know what? I think it was... Aliens... Yeah, it was Aliens, the arcade, and Alien vs. Predator arcade from Capcom. Maybe Yoda and Yaddle got together. He's 50 years old, though. That means he did it, like... Well, no, Yaddle was dead. Yaddle must have died during the Jedi Purge. There's no way. The math does... Well, actually, no, I take it back. The math would work. Ew, but then they'd be like old, wrinkly green aliens screwing. That's nasty.
Man, this place really went to hell. I wonder what happened.
What always happens in prison. We got tired of the food.
I'm hoping that they explain Yoda's race in the Mandalorian because there's so much mystery around them. In the official lore, there's not a whole lot of information. They don't even have a name. Yes, I've had people argue with me that they're Lanik. I think it was Lanik. That's a completely different species. Got nothing to do with them.
Look at me when I'm talking to you.
They officially have never been named. Actually, even unofficially. In Legends, they were never named either. It's hinted that there's very few of them left, and that either all or most of them are somehow sensitive to the Force. Yaddle died in the Jedi Quest, but that's not canon. Yeah, but see, with Yaddle, the timing works. So he could be, but... I don't know. I don't like that idea. Not everything needs to be connected to existing characters. That's one thing that Star Wars fans forget. You don't have to connect everything. Like, I want Rey connected to the Skywalkers, for damn sure. But not every character has to be. So if this is just a random ass... What I want it to be, I want it to be just a random ass... you know, member of his species that happens to be Force sensitive, and I think I'm going to talk about this in my review, but I can't say it on stream because it'll involve spoilers. But in my review for Chapter 3, I'll talk about it. But I kind of have an idea of where they're going with this, at least I believe. And it's a clue that I just happened to pick up on in Chapter 3 that's very easy to miss.
My God, what the? Why is this happening? We need to make a quick phone
When is
call.
Mandalorian set? 5 years after... Wait, 5 years?
What the hell is High Moon doing to my game?
I thought it was 5 years. Let me look it up. I think it was 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
And patch this shit. Now. Money well spent.
Hang on. Mandalorian. Maybe, I think it was 6 years, actually. 5 years. That's what it... Yeah, I was right. 5 years. And Gaming Master, thank you for Super Chat. Here's to Lord Fame. Hashtag this is the way. That's trending on Twitter, actually. That's a line they say in the 3rd episode, by the way. Like, this is the way. Oh, but if the baby is 50 years old... Hold on. Then it doesn't matter when Yaddle died because the baby would have been born before episode 1. That's exactly right, yeah. So the timing works. I think if they did that, I think that'd be completely unnecessary. Like, okay, you basically... And that would make the Jedi Order... You can argue that they were already hypocrites, but that would literally make all of them hypocrites. Even the Grand Masters, because they weren't supposed to have relationships and shit. Well, Obi-Wan did. Or at least he struggled with it, with the Empress of Mandalore. You see that in the Clone Wars series. Anakin obviously did. And then we have Yoda. Like, come on. Like, at what point is it like, alright, no one's taking these rules seriously? Because Anakin could have been just like, yo, council. I married Padme, we had sex, she's pregnant. Kick me out. I dare you. And then Yoda and Mace Windu all then vote to kick him out. At that point, you just pull the, I know about your kid, Yoda. Obi-Wan also is sleeping with the Empress of Mandalore. So, you know, like, at what point does it become a joke? Like, why even have these rules? Nobody's following them. 5 years what? Yeah, Mandalorian's 5 years after Return of the Jedi. So it's during a time period when the Empire is still, for the most part, freshly defeated. Because you got to keep in mind, the Empire didn't go down, and this is true in canon and Legends. The Empire didn't go down immediately after Return of the Jedi. There was still groups of Imperial warlords that were fighting for power, and the few remnants they had. Grand Admiral Thrawn was one of them in Legends. But yeah, there were pieces of the Empire still left scattered around that refused to give in, with or without the Emperor. So that's one thing that Disney canon is sticking with for the most part. And that's really where this show focuses around. It's in that time frame. And the New Republic, like the Mandalorian makes a comment about the Imperial Warlord meets, or I'm sorry, not the Imperial, Carl Weathers, his like bounty hunter giver person. He's like, oh, why don't you report the Empire to the New Republic? And he's just like, is that a joke? Because the New Republic is still an unproven government that's still really establishing itself as a dominating force. So it's one of the more interesting time periods, that in-between period. Once you get to the Force Awakens era, like, I'm sorry, I find the First Order so boring. Because it's really just a knockoff version of the Empire. That's all it is. A knockoff version of the Empire made of a bunch of kids that got kidnapped and brainwashed. Like, that's what it is. It's so boring. There's really nothing different about them, except the fact that, you know, it's very dark side based over, like, being a political force, but... Can't Jedi technically reproduce, just not have a relationship? Yeah, technically. But, I mean, they had relationships. they just... Because then you could... Okay, Anakin could have argued that then. Think about it. Like, oh, yeah, we had a one-night stand. And now, you know, I'm just trying to be a responsible baby daddy, so... You know, I don't love her. He could have played that card. Then, okay, then that's okay with the Jedi Order? Like, you see the problem there? Like, don't take my lightsaber, bro. Like, I just wanted to have babies. I mean, the new Jedi Order dropped that shit for practical reasons. A lot of them were already married by the time they became Jedi. Yeah, and it makes sense. Because look, imagine, like, go back to episode 3. Imagine if they didn't have that restriction and Luke could have openly been with Padme. Like, he would have never... It would have been a whole different sequence of events. He would have trusted the Jedi Order with it and be like, hey, I'm with Padme. And they were like, alright, cool. So, are you going on a mission? Like, that's it. Like, they wouldn't even care. But it became such a big deal, and then Palpatine took advantage of it. And that's how he really... Palpatine was an awesome villain. He just completely, slowly corrupted Anakin into his way of thinking. I love Palpatine. There we go. Hey, NotAnotherGameCollector, what's up, man?
What dead tastes like.
Every time you pop in here, the first thing I see is your stars badge. I thank you for your service for Raccoon City. Why can't Jedi have relationships? It's more about attachments. They're not, and that's where their thought process is. To the Jedi, attachments are bad because losing something you're attached to is a risk of someone falling to the dark side.
Okay,
And it's Yoda says it, like it's a path to the dark side. So in there, they go the extreme route and say you're not allowed to have any attachments whatsoever. But the logic is flawed too, and that's the magic of the Star Wars storyline, because it goes so deep. Like, the logic at the same time is flawed because you're always attached to something. Aren't you attached to being a Jedi? Aren't you attached to your fellow Jedi? You know, like, there's always some level of attachment. And that's something Darth Sidious exploited. He took advantage of the flaws.
This must be a trick.
You would love Palpatine Order 66 lover. Hey, the clones were just following. It wasn't their fault. They had biochips implanted. You see, they're innocent.
You wouldn't be saying that. That makes no sense. We all saw what you saw.
Which is why the EU was so much better. Oh, look, you guys can see me now, kind of. There's lights in the game. The Yuzhong Vong, Darth Caedus, and the One Sith Order, all cool villains. Well, it's only a matter of time before Disney takes all that stuff and makes their own versions. Actually, you know, let me change the lighting back here with the LED. Maybe that'll help out. Let me see. That helps a little. I'll change it to white just for the hell of it. I had it red for Deadpool, but... Let's see. Alright, I think the white lighting helps a little bit. We'll keep it white lighting in the background there. Okay, at least you guys can now see my silhouette a little bit. I always thought Darth Caedus was just a waste of Jason Solo, building him up just so well to kill him off. Yeah, it was basically Kylo Ren. It's Kylo Ren. That's what they did with him. See, but what's interesting is if you read the comics, now considered legends, like I think it was the Old Republic comics and Clone Wars comics, they go into all that, how the Jedi had so many restrictions and rules that by the time the Clone Wars came, sorry, I'm burping. By the time the Clone Wars came, so many Jedi were leaving the Order already. Like, there was like a mass exodus of Jedi that were just losing faith in the Order. But it was all stuff the Emperor anticipated.
Well, it's about
I love this part.
Someone recognized the need to throw us apart.
How badass do you think Rex and his unit is when they tore that biochip out of their head? I want to see that happen. Demonetized. Let's mingle.
Mind if I saddle up to this water hole?
Oh, I love it when you talk like that.
Yes! Now that's more like it.
What? I wasn't talking to you, jerk. Get away!
In the Clone Wars anime, didn't Six or someone in Rex's squad chip malfunction? Yeah, that was a whole story arc. That's how the clones found out. Well, that's what got Rex and Wolf and all them thinking. That eventually led to them removing their chip because one of the clones' chips malfunctioned. And he killed a Jedi, but he didn't even, afterwards, he didn't even know why. And he felt super guilty. He was like, why did I do that? It's like, I couldn't control myself, but I wanted to do it. Yeah, it malfunctioned. And, what was I going to say? He almost revealed the entire plot. So that would have changed Star Wars history forever. Like, he found out that there was an order to kill all the Jedi, so he was trying to stop it, but no one believed him. It was, I think it was, was it Fives? I think it was Fives.
Gonna be a hot party, so she didn't come. Thank God, she's not cool enough to hang out with Deadpool. I know. I can't believe she has 2% body fat. I mean, really? Oh my God, this conversation is so cliche. I know, right? We're so specific.
You still open for Republic Commando TV series? Anything Republic Commando, I would take. Schmoozing with the ladies, 2 out of 8. Let's see what else I can do. This is so random.
Hi, will you help me find my lost puppy? I think he went into the cheap motel room across the street.
I know in the old EU, Dooku left because he got disgusted with the bureaucracy. That's pretty much in Disney canon. It's pretty much the same thing. The one thing that I do like about the Disney canon, well, not necessarily like, but one thing I'm glad they chose to do, most of the Clone Wars era they didn't touch. They mostly left it alone. Because they even said the Clone Wars Legends comics aren't canon, but nothing in them really keeps them from being canon. They still fit in there. Does anyone know what happened to Maul after Clone Wars since he showed up in that Solo movie? Yeah, Star Wars Rebels reveals that. He's actually a major player in Star Wars Rebels, and he has his own crime syndicate. And he gets obsessed with tracking down Obi-Wan, so I highly recommend that show. That's what fills in the gap between that and Solo.
Star of the game that you're currently in.
Oh, yeah. Don't you have your own reality show?
Yep, that's me. So.
Well, kind of. It overlaps with Solo, I would say.
Why, hello, nurses. How are we today? Care for a drink?
Hi, Deadpool. Nice muscles. I was gonna say that.
Ladies, I don't mind repeat compliments.
It's like how Rogue's dancing over here.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, that's not Rogue. That's Domino. I need 2 more. One's over here. We'll go over here first. There's Rogue. I guess I'll mingle over here. Who's that? Is that Havoc? Oh, that's Gambit. Or is it a Gambit clone?
Oh, I love this song.
This is ridiculous. When is the Obi-Wan series coming out? I have no idea. I don't even think they've started making it. I would go ahead and say next year sometime. Can I not mingle no more? Yeah, there's parts of the Clone Wars comics that don't fit anymore, but I don't know. I ignore that. I like the Clone Wars. It all fits. Damn it.
Hey, look.
Oh, Psylocke! I want to get in the pool with Psylocke. Hell yeah.
Want me some of that?
That's my X-Men wife, man. Let me get in the pool with you. She looks lonely. She needs company.
Rogue!
Deadpool? What are you? Don't waste your time with her.
Ooh, Daddy likes.
Just wait, honey. I'm about to blow you away.
I thought Sidious got a hold of him all after he got eviscerated and tortured him or something. All I remember is he killed Obi-Wan's Mandalorian girlfriend. Yes. But that wasn't the end of Maul's story. That was a whole... That was when he was first forming his crime syndicate. And he took over Mandalore for a while. He had a lot more history after that. And that's after Sidious had kicked his ass, too.
Deadpool!
Payback time, you fading son of a bitch! Where did all the fades go? They were never here.
No! Damn, I died fast. Holy shit. Do you hear Jon Favreau might take over for Lucasfilm? Do you think it will do good? I think that's the best thing he could do. He does a great job, and he's clearly passionate about Star Wars. I think he's hell of a better person for the job than Kathleen Kennedy. Like, she has openly expressed that she's there to push an agenda, not to support Star Wars. He's there to tell good stories in the Star Wars universe. That's what we need. So I'm 100% down for that. It's got nothing to do with gender either. Because I know people will try to play that card. It's because he's the man. I don't care about that. It's because he does a great job. So I guess I'm out of the loop. Yeah, Star Wars Rebels, if you watch Clone Wars, you definitely want to watch Rebels. Honestly, it's nowhere near as good. It really isn't. But it does connect the dots a little more. And Darth Maul plays a big part in it, because the kid in there, the Jedi trainee Ezra, Darth Maul's like actively trying to recruit him. And they actually conclude Darth Maul's story in that show. And it's really cool how they do it.
If I touch you, do you not bleed?
Oh shit. Oh! God damn.
Payback time, you amazing son of a bitch. Your exits, where did all the babes go?
Just triggered Anita with that comment. I don't give a shit. But you gotta think she's not watching the stream because I'm a man. And apparently I'm the worst thing that ever happened to women because I'm a man. Oh well. Like, alright, I'm gonna parrot the same thing that the Umbrella commander on Sheena Island, the Resident Evil Survivor, said. Whatever. That's my words to her.
Nasty slide. Should have used the bye-bye.
And if you haven't played Resident Evil Survivor, you won't get that.
Let's hope it's a cop.
Son of a bitch! No. Did he die? Oh, come on. I have to upgrade these guns. I screwed myself by watching a review of Rebels before seeing it. He said only the Ahsoka, Vader, and Maul scenes are good. He says the main character is annoying as fuck. No, I disagree with that. I think it's a good show. I have all the seasons on Blu-ray. It's a good show. It's just not anywhere near as good as the Clone Wars. Clone Wars is the peak of animated Star Wars. Rebels is still worth a watch, because there's some good storylines in there. And also, Grand Admiral Thrall makes his Disney canon appearance. And he's pretty much exactly what he is in the expanded universe. They actually did a really good job with him, so... Yeah, I would disagree with that. There's a lot of good stuff after that.
Good, the backup has arrived. I was running out of assholes to kill.
And Ahsoka really grew on me as a character in the later seasons of Clone Wars. And Rebels, she really grows on you. And then Captain Rex and all of them are back in Rebels, too. God. Please. Is your wife a nerd geek, too? Alright, she'll never admit this to anybody. But I'm going to tell you guys. She says no. She wasn't at all before she met me. However, as she's been with me for years and we're engaged now, we typically watch a lot of the same stuff. A lot of times it's my nerdy shows. We go to the same movies. She watched the entire Dragon Ball series with me. I caught her when she was working from home watching the entire Dragon Ball series without me on my DVD set. So, I'm going to answer yes to that question, but that's not something she would ever admit to, because she says it's not true. So, I'll just have to agree to disagree with her on that. I'm sorry, if you watch the whole Dragon Ball Z series willingly, you are. Upon, you know, in addition to everything else. What are your thoughts on the old Clone Wars cartoon? The original one? It was amazing. But, you know, it's funny watching it now, because it makes the Jedi so ridiculously overpowered that there's no way Order 66 would have taken even one Jedi out. Like, they're doing all these crazy Dragon Ball moves, taking down the buildings and zipping around like the Flash. It's absurd, but it's awesome. Everything was exaggerated in that show. I really enjoyed it. So... Oh, there we go. Damn it, there's a fucker right next to me. I hate you. Fucking clones, man. Her and Lehu are a lot alike, yeah. It's funny because Mekel, his wife and my wife kind of hit it off when we went to E3, and you know, they talk to each other once in a while. It's insane how alike they are. Like, in many ways, they're very alike. And it's like, holy shit. Even when we complain about our wives. Oh shit, she's gonna get on me if she hears this. But even when we complain about our wives to each other, I'm just like, yeah, dude. Exactly the same thing on my end. Every day. God. Mace Windu punching droids. Oh, you know one cool thing was, speaking of Mace Windu in the original Clone Wars, some things, but it's weird that it's not canon anymore because General Grievous, he's all like, you know, coughing up a storm and stuff in Episode 3 because of what Mace Windu did to him in the Clone Wars series. In that series, he's like a Jedi professional killer. Like, he's just slaughtering them left and right with ease. Until Mace Windu crushed his chest with the Force, and then he's like part disabled now. So I was like, oh, that's cool. They explained that now. That never happened. So it's like, okay, well, why is Grievous like that now? That was such a cool addition to the lore. And Mace Windu's a badass, man. Like, he was the one Jedi Master, or I guess one of them, that whenever he used his Force powers, he slightly taps into the dark side when he's actually like in combat. That's how he's so powerful, but he has full control over it. It never influences him. Okay, I gotta get... Come on, come on. I need health, I need health. He's still following me? Thank you. God, this game is so tedious at times.
Shoot, that was my favorite bullet. Did you send it back? Or just don't lose it. Coming over.
I hate you. Here we go. Shit, my health, my health!
I see the line.
No, just run. Run, Deadpool. I don't even know, like, where to...
See ma? No help.
Oh my god, I healed. Hold on, who's shooting at? This dick. Damn it. I just want to kill this guy shooting at me. I can take care of the rest after that. Please. Oh my god, thank you. Guy asked me why I watch streams, and I said, why do you watch porn instead of having sex? That's an excellent answer. You know, it's funny, because people that don't watch streams don't understand. It's like... One of my friends made the same comment. He's like, that's weird. People watch you play games. And it's like, first of all, like... A lot of the times I watch streams... I don't watch streams normally. I only watch streams for people I know, because... the interaction. I like being there interacting and having the game on the background. It's nice. People have different reasons, but one of my buddies is a big sports fan, and he's like, he doesn't understand. So I told him, I was like, why do you watch other people play sports? Like, you're watching other people play a game, except you're not even interacting with them. I mean, think about that. It's the same concept. People are watching me do something that they're not doing, you know, but we're... The benefit is that we're here interacting with each other, and it's live. You know, sports is the same thing. You're watching someone else play something. So how is that any fun, you know? I'm not a sports guy. To me, it's not fun, but I understand it's the same concept. God, these guys, they just keep coming. I need more bombs. Those bombs are lifesavers. EU Grievous was a monster. Clone Wars Grievous gets beaten by Gungans. Yeah, all they have to do is throw those little balls from Episode 1. Those little blue crystals that they use as bombs. That would have killed him. Yeah, he was a monster. And General Grievous was in the Clone Wars cartoon, not the animated CG show. and the cartoon. They made him genuinely scary. What was his response? No, he said it was, oh, about the sports thing? Yeah. No, he just told me it's different. I was like, that's not a valid, like, that doesn't explain anything. Hey, Chosen, thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. You are the only one I watch stream one more free. Hey, like I said, I appreciate you deciding to spend your free chats here, man. It means a lot. This Deadpool stream has been more about Star Wars than Deadpool. That is true. I told you guys. I have mentioned this. In my defense, I have mentioned this on stream before. If you guys get me started on Star Wars, I can go all night long about Star Wars. Star Wars is my jam. That's like... That and Dragon Ball. Like, those are two things that... Well, hold on. That, Dragon Ball, Terminator, I guess would be the top three things that I could literally just talk all night about. I could write books on those things. My mom stopped giving me trouble for liking anime video games, but she still thinks anime is the same as Marvel movie. So here's the thing. Like what you like. That's it. Like what you like. It's different. No, it's not right. It's not.
Wow, this is really, really freaky. I could swear I know you from somewhere. Did we go to law school together?
Does Disney Plus have both Clone Wars series? I think I said Clown Wars. You know, I haven't explored Disney Plus enough. I've just been watching a couple shows that I really like, but I haven't really sat there and looked through everything. I don't know. Maybe someone else can answer. I know it has a CG show. I don't know about the animated one, though. I hope so, but it's not canon, according to Disney, so I don't know if they would put it in there. I don't know. It pisses me off because I had the DVDs. I had both DVD volumes, and I got rid of them forever ago at like a movie stop, and now, well, last I checked, they were really expensive. If you can even find them. You have to buy like a used copy on eBay or something, and then people are trying to overcharge for them. Again, news on the Clone Wars season. All we know is it's happening. I haven't heard any updates on it. If there was a release date, I would have made a video on it already.
It's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt me. Hey! Whoa, Nelly!
I still need to show you all my Star Wars novels. Yeah, I love the Star Wars novels. I actually want to... I need to build up a collection of those.
That was funny. Wrecked him. Darn near killed him.
I can't stand Deadpool, but it doesn't make the stream any less fun. Like I said, I appreciate you being here.
Darn near killed him. Talk about breaking the suspension of disbelief.
Alright.
I don't trust guys with porno mustaches.
Where do you suppose Blockbuster took road?
Let's get out of here before more dark areas come.
Would never work. His aftershave is repugnant.
Animated one by Jendy Tarkovsky was actually a miniseries. It was a miniseries. It felt like it lasted a long time, though. The episodes were very short. And the clone troopers were exaggeratingly amazing, too. Like, one trooper would be holding off, like, 50 battle droids. He'd be hitting them with his gun. He'd be rolling on the side, dodging them. Like, he would take out an army of droids. That didn't happen in the Clone Wars CG show. Not at that level.
Where do you suppose Blockbuster took road?
Maybe he's trying to make her fall in love with him.
Oh, I can't see you.
His aftershave is repugnant.
Yeah, you're right. He's probably just
Blockbuster
gonna torture her and kill her.
video. What the hell? Oh, you know what? Now's a good time to upgrade. Faster rate of fire. We need to upgrade these pistols. Oh no, I want more damage, you bastards. Let's do what we can. I can watch it both versions and I'm okay, but you put someone in clown makeup near me, I'd rather fight a xenomorph with my bare fists. That used to be me when I was a kid. I was terrified of clowns, man. It traumatized me. Now I don't give a shit. Now nothing really scares me movie-wise.
Oh, that sounded like foam.
I should have upgraded my shotgun is what I should have done. And this guy looks like Snoke. Man, these shotguns are so good. Why didn't I spend my money on them? Damn it. Oh wait, I get more DP if I upgrade the if I kill with the swords. I think. Sure as fuck didn't happen when I was playing a clone trooper in Battlefront 2. You gotta get good, man. You gotta get to those, the 2D animated Clone Wars level. Delta Squad from Republic Commando are canon since they made an appearance in the Clone Wars. They are. Yep. I'm glad. Because someone from the staff loved them so much, they made them canon. And those were good episodes. They were in one episode showing up, and then there's another episode with another clone trooper called... I think his name was Gregor. Oh, he was one of the ones that survived. He was in Rebels. He took the chip out of his head, so he didn't participate in Order 66. But they left him for dead in the Clone Wars, and he reappeared in Rebels with Rex and Wolf, and all three of them had taken the chips out because they found out what it was going to do. That's an interesting episode when they meet them in Rebels, though, because... They didn't trust them because they knew what they did to the Jedi, and his clones were like, listen, we weren't part of that. I was able to beat Geonosis' Battlefront 2 in one life. Well, many clones were not so lucky. Many clone brothers were lost on that day. Did the Mind Worm things only have, I think, 1 or 2 episodes of them? The Mind Worms? Or the Mind Worms? I don't remember that. Are you talking about the biochips? Shotgun blast. Dick, man. There we go. Yeah, I remember some of the clone troopers were basically traumatized after Order 66. Well, actually, most of them weren't. That's another thing that I preferred in Legends. I kind of don't like the whole chip thing. I really didn't like that. Because it almost makes them like droids. Where I guess that was the idea. They were supposed to be like slave labor almost. But it made more interesting stories in Legends when some clones just refused to obey the order. You know, now they made it to where they biologically couldn't. It was implanted in them. But I like the original idea they had before that Clone Wars episode aired with the biochip, where it was like an order just pre-learned, and they were in such a mindset that they just had to follow orders and nothing else. Because in Legends, there were a lot of good stories of... Like, there were clone commandos that just straight up ignored the order. Because they're like, no, that's wrong, the Jedi aren't traitors. We know better. And ignored it. There's other stories of clone troopers that actively helped Jedi escape during the Purge. Because they knew what was happening was wrong. I like that. The biochip basically erases all of that. And then they may or may not feel the effect later. Most of the clones didn't feel guilty because when the biochip worked as intended... it was supposed to basically... It was subtle. You know, they would be convinced that was correct. The one example that's interesting in canon is in the Star Wars Marvel comics that explains Kanan and from Rebels, how he escaped. And actually, after the Purge, they tracked him down, and one of the clones that was friends with him when he was a Padawan actually helped him escape and turn against the other clones, because he makes it say, like, it was like I was in a trance what I was doing, and I've been working with these Jedis for years, and I was loyal to them. I don't know why I did what I did. And then he helped him escape. That was cool. I just want to see more examples of that. It sucks since the use is not canon. People will never learn about Kyle Katarn, the Imperial turned smuggler turned Jedi. Well, until Disney decides to retell his story in their own way. But he won't steal the Death Star plans because they already told us their version of that story. Yeah, like Ion Team in one of the novels refused. Yeah, that's exactly right. That was one of them. Yeah, a bunch of Clone Commando, or some Clone Commando groups, they absolutely refused. Delta Squad, though, I'm curious about them because they became Imperial commanders, or Imperial commandos after. So they were Imperial. They went for the Empire afterwards.
Hey, there's Rogue. Okay, so we need to get our ass across this.
And Sev in Republic Commando,
Somehow.
there was going to be a whole storyline, but they never made it. They never made a sequel. They were going to do a whole storyline when Sev joined the Rebels. I think they touched on that in the book sequel, but I never read that.
We can use our bubbles to jump a...
Oh shit! I accidentally pressed the button. Do we know why after the fall of the Empire they stopped using clones? Well, see, that in Legends it was interesting. In canon, they just stopped production and started recruiting, so there were very few clones left in service. Because you got to think, to the Emperor, the clones were just tools. Once those tools were done, they were of no use to him, so he retired all of them. I like the Legends version better, where the Empire still used clones for a couple years, and then there was and the original Battlefront 2 showcases this. In Camino, they grew a batch of clones that were rebellious against the Empire. So they had to send clones to put down the other clones that were rebelling. And at that point, Palpatine was like, "All right, you can't trust clones. They're too corruptible, you know, because you can tell them to do whatever, and they'll do it. All you have to do is program it." So at that point, they kind of slowly filtered out clones and used more human recruits. And eventually, most of the stormtroopers were regular people, not clones. I find that way more interesting. But some remained as clones forever. Like the 501st, they were in the Battle of Hoth, you know, and they were trying to avenge the clones that died in the Death Star. I think that's a much better explanation than, oh, they just stopped using them. Well, why? You know, I think that was a much more interesting idea. Who was that pirate lord in the Clone Wars? Pirate lord? Are you talking about Hondo? He was an alien, and he's like a smuggler that's always like doing a bunch of shit to screw people over. What are your thoughts on the new Scooby movie? I saw the trailer. It looks kind of interesting, actually. I may go take my kids to go see it. Hang on, let me... 51 of you here. You guys are awesome. I apologize for anyone that's not a Star Wars fan that's listening to me ramble about Star Wars. But like I said, not entirely my fault. I've warned people.
Ugh, the smell!
Platforming is not a good thing in this game. Delta and Omega Squad, some of them become Imperial Commandos, but some also deserted during Order 66, went to Mandalore with Skirata. I need to read the Republic Commando books, because I've never actually read them. It was because the clones were copies of Jango Fett's short lifespan. Yeah. I guess their lifespan was, I mean, their lifespan isn't accelerated. It was accelerated artificially, so that's how they grew them so quick. They went from baby to adulthood, and then they basically, well, there's been mixed things about that. I think in, I don't remember if it was canon or Legends. In one of them, they aged them up to adulthood, and then they aged normally after that. In the other, they're accelerated aging permanently, and I don't remember which version was which. You just like that excuse because it means you don't have to like Stormtroopers? Hey, that's the reason Stormtroopers can't aim. There's an official explanation. It makes sense. They don't have that clone trooper training, because clone troopers are badasses, and Stormtroopers miss, because they weren't clones. They weren't Mandalorian clones. They were just regular-ass people that they would hire. The brainworms from Genosha, I'm not sure what they were called. I only saw them in the Catacombs episode. Oh, the ones that made the queen like a zombie? Yeah, I remember that. I don't think they ever touched on that again. I think that was just like a 1 or 2 episode arc. I forgot all about that. God. If you legit don't like Star Wars, I'm not sure we can be friends. Yeah, you gotta be careful around people. The only acceptable, and I say this lightly, acceptable form of not liking Star Wars is if you're a big Star Trek fan. Because I understand there's a beef between hardcore Star Trek and hardcore Star... The hardcore Star Trek people love Star Trek and dislike Star Wars. Some of them. So maybe in that case I'll be like, alright, I'll give you a pass. But if you just don't like Star Wars because I'm like... If you just don't like it just because I gotta look at you a little differently. It's like, what do you mean you don't like Star Wars? Like, what exactly do you mean by that? Choose your words carefully. If I remember right, the Sparty clones could be grown in a year, but they were inferior to the Fett clones. Oh yeah, that's another thing. In Legends, before they started using widespread human recruitment, I don't think this is officially canon anymore, but in Legends, the Emperor actually started using different templates for clones. So they would have different people be the template for the clone army. So you had different factions of clones that weren't Jango Fett clones anymore until they were inferior, until the Empire realized they were inferior and said, screw it, we're going to use just regular recruits. At that point, the Empire had to survive off propaganda. Make the rebels look bad and make themselves look like the heroes, because then people wouldn't join. Sucks Jango and Boba are not real Mandalorians, takes away their badassness. I don't think it does, because Jango was technically a Mandalorian, but he just wasn't accepted by his people. They saw him as a rogue and a renegade. Boba is definitely just a clone. Because you gotta think, the Mandalorians, most of the Mandalorian warriors that you see, like in Mandalorian, for example, and this is something I talk about in in the review for Chapter 3, but most of them aren't real Mandalorians either. I mean, I guess you could say they're Concordians. Because Mandalorian, and this is where I'm going to get into nerd lore here, so be prepared, but most Mandalorians, you'd think of Mandalorian as someone from the planet Mandalore, right? Well, and during the Clone Wars, they show that Mandalore was trying to be more civilized. So all the Mandalorian armored warriors that, like Boba Fett, for example, they were basically outcast from society and banished to the moon of Mandalore called Concordia. So they just lived up there in small, like, warrior clans and stuff. So if you're from there, I mean, technically that wouldn't make you Mandalorian either, but you are. They just got banished from society. Because Mandalore was trying to be civil. I remember Palpatine cloning himself and possessing his own clones. Yeah, that was Dark Empire. I guarantee you that's what and I've said this before. Freaking Rise of the Skywalker, I guarantee you it's going to do that same storyline. They're going to take Dark Empire plot points. I bet Palpatine's going to be some kind of clone or something like that. Damn, running out of guns. Bombs. I really liked Rogue One and The Force Awakens. Now I'm partaking in this group talk about Star Wars. I'm good now. Yeah, Force Awakens and Rogue One I really liked. It's funny because I feel completely opposite about Last Jedi. Which I will not get into. I thought Mandalorian was a way of life, not a people. It's both. Yeah, because Mandalorians are from the planet Mandalore. That's an actual planet. The original Mandalorians were aliens called the, oh fuck, I forgot their name. They're like these lizard aliens. I don't remember what they were called. Not Trandoshans. There were aliens that settled there, and eventually humans settled with them. And together, these people were known as Mandalore. Now most of them are human, but... No, yeah, they're definitely, and then they developed the warrior culture. Until the planet got too fucked up from all the Civil War, so they tried being a civilized society, and then the Mandalorians that were warriors got outcast. So it's a way of life and a people. It's both. Wasn't Revan also a Mandalorian? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure about that one. How long did it take people to figure out that the accurate troops of the Clone Wars were replaced by some guys plucked off the street with no training? I don't even know if they knew, like, the general public. The general public knew there was the Grand Army of the Republic for clones, but after that... I mean, they had to have all known because they were, like, Imperial recruitment centers and stuff. Like, you can go apply for a Stormtrooper job. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I need help. Fuck. Please. Please. Bomb! No. Bear trap. This game has you fighting the same enemies over and over and over. It's very tedious. Badasses from the moon. That's basically what they were. Like, think about it. It's like us looking at the moon and being like, oh shit, Mandalorians are up there and they're gonna come attack us any moment. Because Mandalore, the people of Mandalore saw the Mandalorian warriors as terrorists. They had a group called Death Watch that was just trying to fight for their planet back, and they were considered terrorists in their society. In the EU, Boba Fett was officially adopted into Mandalorian culture and eventually rose up and become Mandalore. I think that's where they're headed with the Mandalorian, like the actual show. Because they show flashbacks of his childhood, and he doesn't look like he's on Mandalore. So I'm wondering if he got picked up by a Mandalorian and was... How cool would it be if it was Boba Fett that like found him and teamed up with him, and he taught him like the ways of Mandalorians or something? I don't know. That's just me talking, but I think this character became a Mandalorian because, like I said before, it's a people, but it's also a culture. All right, let's.
A beautiful use of a beautiful...
Fuck. Wait, so Mandalorians and Sith are named after conquered aliens? I guess you could see it that way. Because the original Mandalorians that settled on the planet were not human. They were green. I believe they were green. Also, Boba Fett is still out there. Oh, for sure. For sure. Oh, about to sneeze. Is it me or are the Mandalorians sound like Saiyans? You know, it's funny you mentioned that. Because my fiance, she knows about Dragon Ball now because she watched the whole thing with me. So she knows, like, basic Dragon Ball knowledge.
You know what I mean?
And she asked me what a Mandalorian is because we've been watching a show together, but she doesn't know Star Wars lore like I do. So I told her that exact same sentence. I was like, you know, think of Dragon Ball, you know the Saiyans? They are the Mandalorians of Star Wars. Just take away the superpowers. And that's essentially what they are. They're the galaxy's fighting force. The Mandalorians are so dangerous, their armor is semi-resistant to lightsaber cuts. And they had a whole Mandalorian Jedi war. So I want to see...
No wonder the cops are always...
Shit, I want to see a show involving that. The war between the Jedi and the Mandalorians. That'd be badass. Is anyone giving Rise of Skywalker a chance? I mean, I am. I'm still going to watch it because I want to know how it concludes. I'll judge it after I watch it. I have all my tickets. I got them the first day. I'm cautiously optimistic about it because J.J. Abrams is involved. Cautiously optimistic. If it was Rian Johnson directing it again, I wouldn't skip it, but I would go in expecting that it was going to be garbage. Now I'm expecting, all right, this might be redeemable.
Not bad. I give it a 7.5. You gotta work on those.
Damn it.
No.
I didn't know there was a hole there. Mandalorians are pretty much Star Wars equivalent to Spartans. Yeah, I think that's a better comparison than Saiyans. That's true. Oh, God. Except Django got decapitated by Mace Windu. Django Fett died way too easily. I've always thought that, as skilled and like the freaking reputation he had, to where Mace Windu just calmly sliced his head off. I was like, he died a little too easy in the movies. Come on now. Oh shit. Genuinely surprised Disney hasn't shut down the Old Republic, thinking about building a rig so I could play it. I think, and I have no proof behind my words, but I think the reason they haven't shut it down, I think they're going to officially incorporate Old Republic storylines into official Disney canon, because Clone Wars hinted at it. Clone Wars series has a couple episodes where they do hint, I believe it was it Darth Bane or Darth Revan? Now I don't remember. But they hinted at one of them. And Clone Wars is canon, which makes him canon. So I think they're going to go to the Old Republic era and make stuff out of it. Because they're talking about doing more trilogies of movies and stuff. I mean, where are you going to go? I think it's only a matter of time before we get to that era of the Old Republic. So that's my theory as to why they haven't really shut it down. Also, it probably makes money for them. I mean, I think that's more of a reason than anything. Fuck, this stream really has become a Star Wars conversation. Holy shit. Have we even talked about Deadpool? At all? Good lord. I'm okay with it, don't get me wrong. I'm just observing.
See these? These are bullets. I need these.
Mind you, it did take Mace Windu to kill him. That is true. It took Samuel L. Jackson to take him out. Revan, yeah, he's the one that shows up in Clone Wars. Shh, no, come on, man. Stop, stop, stop.
Really? A shotgun? You be more of an out of ammo.
I'm putting it right there just in case. I can't let this guy free.
2 extra slices for just $9.99.
Oh my god, are you serious? Come on. And then this check, you gotta do this whole section over again. At this point, I just want to beat this damn game. I want it to be over with. Don't get me wrong, I like this game, but it's definitely like a 6 out of 10. It's got its moments of BS, man.
Barrels. They were made for us.
Upgrade some more shit. More damage. Ah, I still don't have enough. Fuck you.
Too much?
Oh my god, look at all of them. Look at all of them. I hate all of you. Duh. No.
Shoot things? Buy some ammo.
The one that shows up in Clone Wars is Ghost of Darth Bane. However, he is canon. If he's canon, Darth Revan is also most likely canon. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't really just pick and choose. Like, if he's in the Clone Wars, the other guy's going to be in it, you know? So, Disney's going to... They're playing with the idea. They have to be. This game's unrealistic. Deadpool wouldn't die. Damn right he wouldn't. He would heal from all this crap. And in the game, you get surrounded and you die just like that. It's BS, man. It's a lie. Here, blow up. He dies way too damn easy. I don't care if I'm playing the hardest difficulty. He's Deadpool. Like, what do you mean that killed me? I'm so...
I deserved better.
Did he not get his arm sliced off just recently at the beginning of this level? And an explosion kills him? Since you made it to the end of this video, I assume you enjoyed it, so why don't you go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any new content. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, links in the description below, and if you'd like to support the channel, you can join my Patreon or become a channel member. This is Fabian, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.